So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's very exciting session. Today we have gathered back here again, talking about nutrition, talking about health, how to live a longer, healthier life. And today is an especially great day because we have a powerful speaker who is going to talk to us. This is a gentleman who has been with us for more than 20 years. He's a legend, almost a quarter of a decade. And he's been actively dealing with us in the wellness industry, very successful. Without further ado, I want to welcome Dan Odero to take us away. Dan, are you there?
Yes, Fred. Thank you. Thank you, Fred. Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you, Fred, for that introduction.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. Yeah. Good afternoon this beautiful Sunday afternoon. If you are in our time zone, or maybe morning, because our business is international and we may have people joining us from different regions, maybe from South Africa, from Europe, from America. But welcome to this opportunity. My name, as Fred has indicated, I'm Dan Odero. I have been with this opportunity for the last now 25 years. And it has been an exciting run. Way back when I first got involved in the opportunity, I didn't get involved for matters of nutrition. For me, it was a matter of looking for extra income and finding an opportunity. And this is an opportunity I found, and I found it back when I was studying and working down in South Africa, almost 25 years ago. At that time, and like many people maybe, I was skeptical about supplementation. And I used to think, I think the business is good, but this thing about nutrition and supplementation basically is that it is something the Wazungus or the white or foreigners are cheating us about. Because why would I have to go and why would someone like me or us who have got the benefit of having fresh fruits, vegetables, why do we need to swallow a supplement? And I was very ignorant about it, and to me, I was not convinced. But over the time, I got to learn, because I listened and I learned. And one thing the company we're involved in does very well, has got a very well, and I'll talk about it later, a very good scientific advisory board. There's the backing of the board that gives you the research done, and not something from them. It is what is a worldwide thing, what is being said in the science journals to date. So you don't need to be an expert. You don't have to be, because all the information is there. The backing is there for you. The company does a fantastic job. They link us to the scientists behind it. They give us information on that. With the time before we had the COVID pandemic, I mean, there were times when we had the scientists come out. The scientists have come out to our country, and they've come around giving talks about the importance of nutrition, and they give us what studies have been done. So you don't feel that to be in this business or to get involved, or you have to be an expert. You don't have to be an expert. All the information is there for you, and very well said. So just that background about that. And over the years, I have learned. I moved my business from South Africa back to Kenya, because at that time I was earning, my income was, when I was earning income from the business, I was earning Kenya shillings when I was in South Africa, because you can earn internationally. And I said, I was there alone. So I said, let me move back to Kenya. So I moved my business back around 1998, and I've been working from Kenya, but still have a bit of international business. Today, we want to discuss one of the matters. We are discussing high blood pressure. High blood pressure, which is something which is a concern to many people. Some people feel, if you turn around, every other person you hear suffering from high blood pressure, people who have got challenges, sometimes also have had, you get an injury, the pressure goes up. Women sometimes when they're expecting, many times women find their pressure also goes up. So this is some of the things that we have. High blood pressure becomes a challenge. But there are also people who normally, because of stress, and I'll talk about the things that cause it, have high blood pressure forming, and it's that we have to take care of. If we don't take care of it now, later on, it can cause you a problem, as we will see. It has to be addressed. And sometimes people don't know until they go to the doctor. They go and they're not feeling well, they're having a very bad headache, and they go into the doctor and says, your pressure is very high. And sometimes you've gone in and the doctor says, how are you walking around? The normal pressure is, if you know the measuring for pressure is like 120/80 is something which is normal. 120/80 is a normal blood pressure. When you start going to 114 or 90, it starts getting high. And some people, when they say even at 200, it's extremely high. That can cause you a big problem. So some people don't know, and they don't. So you find a lot of chemists also have places where they check your pressure, and this is important to do. But we are talking about here, what are the things that we need to do to actually cause, to help you have a proper pressure? I mean, how to take care of it. So one of the things we do for pressure, and I will just go on to I have something to share that will help us go through this topic and make it clear for us. Our bodies, one of the most important part of our bodies is the heart, and we have to take care of it. And one of the things that sometimes affects, if you don't take care of your pressure well, is the heart gets affected. Now, there has been some misinformation. Some people used to think that high blood pressure is people who suffer from high blood pressure are people because they are weighty. If they've got a lot of weight, then they have got pressure. This has been a misconception, because then some people who are lean bodied think that cannot be a problem for me, but that's not true. So it does not only, it can happen to affect anybody. It can affect anybody, and some people it becomes chronic to them, then they have to start managing it. So how do you take care of your heart? Now, heart disease today, and these are studies which have been done, total number of deaths from cardiovascular disease around the world, and the study done was 17 over the world, 17,327,000, and different parts have got different statistics. In Europe, 4 million. You have in America 1 million. In Africa, there's 1.2 million. There are figures around there about heart disease. So it's something that we need to address. And don't think it's for somebody else, not for us. I'm too young to have it. We've had people having it very young, having high blood pressure. So heart disease, this is a thing that is a concern. And one of the aims of New Life is to ensure that we have healthier lives as we go along. Some of the risk factors that might cause pressure problems and heart problems is high blood pressure that we're talking about today. And high blood pressure, things like stress cause it, things like sicknesses cause it. Sometimes you have some pain or something causes high blood pressure. High cholesterol is a factor that will affect the heart. Also smoking. If you are a smoker or no smokers, it's good to try to minimize it. Physical inactivity, and this was a challenge, especially during the time when we had restrictions, people not move around, COVID, and you said it was physical inactivity. Then some people also say because I'm busy, we don't walk around too much, we use our cars a lot. Physical activity can be a problem. Diabetes could be a problem also, that is a risk factor for that. Abdominal obesity and poor diet. Some of the things that are risk factors that also will affect our heart. The diet heart hypothesis. This is something that was done by the world, not by by the World Health Organization. Your typical, they say there's a food pyramid, and this has been turned upside down. Normally, what is supposed to happen is that your main basis of your diet should be if there's minimal activity, you're turning the pyramid upside down. If you have very few fruits, whole grains, you don't take whole grains very much, this can be a problem. Processed foods, the whole grains is taken out, this can be a problem. Fruits and vegetables, I hear sometimes there was some people sometimes say fruits and vegetables, this is for children and women and children. And also you find a lot of time fruits and vegetables are sold in a big amount outside hospitals. It seems that when people get sick, that's when they start thinking they need to have fruits and vegetables, but before that they don't. Then you have protein. They have more protein, a lot of protein, and then fats and sugars. It's a processed fats and sugars, simple sugars. So the typical lifestyle, it is turned upside down, and this can be a problem for us, the heart, and it causes us more problems with heart disease. Some of the things, so one of the things that affects us is the diet. There's a connection between the diet and the things. We're not saying avoid some foods. Some foods are tasty. The thing is about moderation and a balance of what you have. So like if you have some of the foods, what foods you take? It's not bad. Some of the foods we don't say do not drink. If you are drinking, you need to drink moderation. If you have a lot of meat, have a balance with a lot of vegetables also. If you things like chapatis, have them the flour you use, different ones, the whole grain ones. You can change the kind of things that you have in your diet. This is one thing that we can start with. So we say we don't look at only a supplementation, but what can we use to help? Now, our bodies are made up of cells, and a cell is a unit of. In our bodies, we have got, and this is studies done, we've got about between 25 and 100 trillion cells in the body that need to be fed, they need to be taken care of. So this is an important part of our health, taking care of the cells there. Health of a cell, these are the important aspects of health of a cell. You need to nourish them, they need to be protected, they need to be repaired, and they need for renewal to happen. And this happens with the diets we have in our food. Are we nourishing ourselves? When you have food processing, sometimes you don't get nourishment because some things are taken away, so it doesn't get into the cells. So the nourishment becomes a challenge. Are we protecting them? Fruits and vegetables for protection. Are we having this? Is there repairs? There's some foods that help with repair. The fish oils repair, or when you have damage, you need repairs there. Are you renewing the cells? Because cells are dying off. In fact, it says every 7 years we become a totally different person. All our cells have been changed. So are we having proper renewal happening in our cells? These are important aspects. Now, a basis for us in New Life, we say one of the basis for nutrition is the TreeNN, which is found in the Vitality Pack. And one of the things which was done, and this was a study done in 1958, almost 60 years ago. One of the products that was brought up was TreeNN, grain concentrate. TreeNN, which has got lipids and sterols, not steroids, sterols, and lipids and sterols help the cell walls essentially to be a little bit supple so that nutrients get in and toxins get out. Because of food processing, they found that a study which was done at that time where the US government was finding out why are people getting so exhausted, and they found one of the studies done was that because of food processing, they were removing some nutrients, the lipids and sterols, giving this to animals, and we were missing out on them. And there was a compromise on that. But because one of the products then was that when that study was done on shelf, the company then came up and says, what we put into a product, and this can be mixtures that the cells get nutrients getting in and toxins getting out. So one of the bases and toxins getting out, one of the bases is our TreeNN, which is found in Vitality Pack, which we talked about, but helps this thing to happen. We're one of the only companies that has this product, the product that ensures that cells get nutrition into them, nutrients get into them. So it's beneficial. And some of the things you find when you do this, when you do have that basis, you'll find that anything else is beneficial. Your food then is more beneficial in the body. And we've got stories and cases. Over the years I've been in the business for the 25 years, I've seen people who have benefited just even by taking the TreeNN alone. Your medication, if your main medication gets in better, if your food is more optimal in the body, and when the body is fed well, it works much better. Powerful nutrients that are abundant energy. When you do that, you have abundant energy, antioxidant protection. It also affects the heart. Is also the heart health is a benefit with heart health. The immune strength is also strengthened because with the vitality pack is also immune strength, health of brain function, flexible health and joints, the clear vision. And these are things that you find in your vitality pack, which you'll find in your TNN, with your carotenoid complex, which I'll talk about a little bit, your clear vision, your youthful skin, lifelong cellular health. And this is the thing we find there. But our basis of the supplementation that Neolife does is always food-based in nature. How does it appear in nature? Then backed by science to prepare something that we then helps us to work. So I'll start, one of the basic things when we need to do, and when you say, where do I start? I start with the Vitality Nutritional Foundation. And this has got targeted solutions for that. So we said in this case, the targeted solution says that we then are taking care of the pyramid we talked about earlier, that we have whole grains as our basis. We try to put that in our diet more, but sometimes that might not be enough. So your whole grains in your training will find that happening there. Your carotenoid complex gives you from your fruits and vegetables. So those are basic. These targeted solutions are there, which helps your energy, your heart health, and these are things that we then get taken care of when we start supplementing. Now, high blood pressure, and this is a picture there of somebody who's weighty, but remember, it's not only people who have got a lot of weight that have got this pressure applied to the walls of the heart, and if it happens for a long time, high blood pressure is always high. It begins to affect your heart. It's good to check on it sometimes, and some of the indicators when you have the pressure is high, you might have a blinding headache. Sometimes you find this retention of fluid. In some indications that will give you that you have the pressure is high. If you don't take care of the pressure and the problem goes on for a long time, you have an enlarged heart, because then the heart has to work harder to get, because the pressure, because of the constricted vesicles, it works harder. And with time, if that happens for over a long period of time, you then have heart failure. Then you have sometimes when you hear somebody had a heart attack. And this could be the last thing that you have in your life. If the heart attack, and some people die from it. Some people get into other things like strokes. So if you don't, when it becomes a problem, when you start having a problem, it's good to address it. Start addressing it. Some of the causes of hypertension, is magnesium deficiency, toxin exposure, you're smoking and other things, cholesterol imbalance, eating with foods with high cholesterol, antioxidant deficiencies, stress response, things are so stressful, you're at work, things are not working out, your demands are high, increased salt intake, too much salt in your foods, or increased salt intake are some of the causes of hypertension that we have. Some of the things that we can address this, if we want to say, how do I take care of it naturally? Because we always say the first thing you go to is my food, the thing that you can affect. How can I check on my diets? Am I eating foods with a lot of calcium and magnesium, fruit, there are vegetables there? Am I eating my fatty fish or fish at least twice a week? Omega-3 fatty acids. Am I getting my antioxidants in my fruits, in my vegetables? Is garlic a part of my diet? Whole meals, am I getting these whole meals? These are things, because those are things you can actually do. What can we do about it? First thing you do, how is my diet? What can I do in my diet to make these things better? Some of the products we have, and Neolife then has products, because we have looked at the diet and say, sometimes even if you have a lot of it, it does not give us enough. So a part of our diet always needs to be sometimes supplementation. That's where supplementation then becomes important. Some people like say garlic iron complex. One of the products that helps with with high blood pressure. And when I asked, because one of the scientists was around, I remember one time where I asked one of the scientists who was here, Fred Hooper, one of the scientific advisory board members, and asked him, what is the one thing that helps with high blood pressure right away? And one of the things he mentioned was garlic allium complex. So people who have got a problem with high blood pressure could look at taking garlic allium complex. The thing also about supplementation from Neolife is because it's natural, you can take a higher dose, you can increase the dosage, because on the package it says take two daily. But if somebody has got a problem with it, they can up the dose with it. Garlic allium complex is also a natural antibiotic, does not flush out the good bacteria from the body. Also, so it's a very good, besides helping with the pressure, moderating it. Is too high, brings it to low. If it's too low, brings it up. And garlic allium complex is the one you can take, and you can take a little bit. So instead of taking maybe 2, you can take maybe 3 or 4. 3 or 4 a day, even up to 6 a day. Sometimes when you're helping someone who's got a problem there. So garlic allium complex is what we have, and addresses high blood pressure. Omega-3 salmon oil plus, fantastic product, which is there, omega-3 salmon oil. And that one also helps with moderating your high blood pressure. Also helps in healing, internal healing. Very good, important product that addresses if someone has got a challenge with high blood pressure. Also helps with the joints. Someone who is a sporty person will help with that. It also helps with things like migraine headaches. Omega-3 salmon oil plus is very helpful in this case. But a good product to in the case where you want to address people who have high blood pressure. You can take more. I remember a case where my mother was having had painful joints, and she was having a bit of a painful joints, and she was a bit in pain and stress. And I told her, please take some omega-3 and take about 9 before you go to bed. The next morning, she says the pain disappeared. So, and I've had many other cases where people who have had pain sometimes can take a high dose of omega-3, a natural one, and that helps to ease the pain. People with migraine headaches can help their backaches, pain. It also helps to ease the pain there. So omega-3 is a good supplement to take. There's also calcium, Calmag, the calcium magnesium, or Calmag, which is now our Calmag, which also helps with high blood pressure. Calmag is also important for women, because women, when they lose in their normal cycles, they're losing blood. Calcium helps you get back there, but also it helps with pressure. So a lot of women, sometimes they find when they are expecting, sometimes the pressure goes haywire. These are things that you can actually take, which are natural things. They don't affect the child also, but also very good to take. Calcium, you can also take it at night, and you can also take a higher dose. You normally say take 3 a day is the normal suggested on the container, but you can take up to even 6 calcium to help you, but also hemorrhage. Over a period of time, you'll find it helps to balance your pressure. Fiber tablets are also important there, which help in the gut, so they help with taking it. So fiber tablets are also a suggestion. The botanical balance, which also helps people with diabetes. The fiber, in fact, and botanical balance help people with diabetes, but also will help you. It's also a product that is suggested for high blood pressure. Then the vitamin E, also vitamin E helps with the circulation. So circulation when it's too much pressure, also something that also helps you. All of these products from Neolife higher doses can be taken. They're not medicinal, but sometimes when you take a higher dose of it, you find there's a relief that happens. There's a healing effect. And these are not things I said from ourselves. This is some things I see even by discussing with the scientists, have also suggested some of them, sometimes a higher dose can be taken. Because supplementation are not made for sick people. They're not made for normal things. But in a case where somebody is having a problem and they need some solutions without taking too much medication, this is also a thing there. But also remember, when somebody has got a problem with high blood pressure, which is chronic, always consult your doctor. We're not doctors. Always consult your doctor. Consult your doctor. And then when you consult a doctor and he gives you something, then you can come back and then set supplement also. Consult a doctor. Some people might, sometimes I've had people say, but I can get a cheaper, because I've had people sometimes say that the products from Neolife are a bit expensive, pricey. And then I asked the question compared to what, because sometimes you might go and find a cheaper option. And this was done when one of the scientists came out and he found that he asked, what are our competition out there in the market? Can you find a similar product out there? And he went, went out and checked some chemists. And he went to the chemist and he looked at it, he said, can I see what you have as omega-3? And he checked it. Now for us, we're not experts, we cannot tell from looking. He could tell and says, this product says omega-3, but I cannot see, is that the chemist? I cannot see any omega-3 listed on the ingredients in this product called omega-3. The chemist then told him there's none. Unfortunately, what happens sometimes, some people produce products because they hear the benefits of the product, but they're not interested in helping us. They're interested in making a bit of money. With products from New Life, you are sure that the product, it says what it has and it does, and it actually has been tested. In life, it has been tested, so you're sure about it. Why go and trial and error, say, I'm trying to save a bit, and then you get out shortchanged? Because when that happens, when you get sick, who do you back to then blame? Some of the things that we need to address when you're looking for high blood pressure, bad cholesterol, some foods that give us bad cholesterol that causes us, and bad cholesterol you find from some of the foods, some of the cheeses, you might find bad cholesterol, too much fatty meats can cause bad cholesterol. So these are things that you say, even if I'm supplementing, also do not say I'm having good supplements and I'm still doing bad things. I'm still, and I'm not saying some of them bad completely, moderation. Get lean from the meat. What kind of thing am I eating? Yeah, so you're checking on that in your diet. Am I having more good cholesterol having happened there? And then am I supplementing also with it? Excess cholesterol, this is a problem with excess cholesterol. Excess cholesterol will it thickens the blood, forms blood clots, clogs arteries. And these are the things that cause your heart attack. Why wait until the problem is at a heart attack problem, you've got a crisis, to start down looking for a solution? Do these things in advance. Take them in advance. Just start getting, even you've got no problem there, still taking them. Some of us I've never had problems with these things, but I still take supplementation because I don't want to have the problem that when it's now a problem that you have a heart attack and then you start now looking for money, it's a bit, why wait for that? Do it already. Start taking care of your health in advance. Once again, we go back to the products that will help you with the good cholesterol there, the fiber tablets there. Once again, the omega-3 salmon oil, vitamin E, gallic allium complex. There's also something called lipotropic adjunct product exclusively for taking care of that bad cholesterol there, the lipotropic adjunct, and taking care and clearing it out. This is a product that you can actually have. Then the carotenoid complex, which also helps with bad cholesterol, but also boosts your immune system, also clears out. So they have got added benefits. Not only one thing, it has got a lot of added benefits. At times you say, can I just take it in my natural things? This is conveniently packed, and sometimes we not get enough levels, but the supplements give you, it bridges the gaps and gives in a form that gets into the body quickly. So you say, if I was lacking, this will help. But you still go back to the thing to my diet. What can I put in my diet? And this now is a backup that ensures that you get your benefit of it.
Dan, you seem to have frozen a little bit there.
Sorry. Okay, can you see me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're good. You're good now.
Okay. My apologies for that. Okay, so homocysteine was, we'll talk about the homocysteine amino acids found in the blood that we get usually from a lot of meat. So we say, biology meat have more white meats, more fish, instead of just red meats. High levels of this lead to development of heart disease, weak bones, diabetes. So also check on your diet. What am I doing in my diet? What can I do in my diet? Can I balance my diet a little bit more? Yeah, and this is what things we can actually do about it. Some of the products that we help that clear the excess homocysteine is like the vitamin B complex. Vitamin B complex helps to clear that away. Lipotropic adjunct also helps help you with clearing the excess homocysteine. Omega-3 salmon oil plus carotenoid complex. These are things that could help you in clearing homocysteine in the body, and that you can find them there. So besides at the back of your diet, this is the product you can actually take. And they have added benefits. They have added benefits. Vitamin B also helps with things like depression. Also helps with that. Helps excess. Yeah, someone who has a bit depressed, probably non-functions. The vitamin B would also help in this case. So these are the products we help that will clear away the homocysteine in the body. We need to take charge of our hearts, as we have said. We need to take charge of us. So these are some of the products we have looked at, the products that we go through that are helpful. And as I say, when you have the problem, when you have a problem, what are things you can help besides addressing my diet? Can I then have the product? So by omega-3, am I having enough fish? And if you cannot get enough fish, because also sometimes we say I'm getting fish in my diet, but where is the fish going? So sometimes the fish is gone over a long, it's been fish 6 months ago, kept it frozen, it might not give us the benefit we have. So even if we try, it's good to then add on to the omega-3. So omega-3 salmon oil plus, one of the things we say for someone who has got high blood pressure, it normally says take three capsules of omega-3, what's suggested. But if you've got a problem, you can take higher. You can take 2 over 6 of the product, 6 of this omega-3. Lipotropic adjunct normally says takes 2, but you can also always up those with them. Garlic allium complex, also a good product to have. If someone has got a challenge, and you can take up to 6 garlic allium complex. If garlic also helps with the deworming, also, if you want to do deworming, you take 9 garlic allium complex a day, 9 for 9 days, also helps to clear worms out of the body, but also something for the high blood pressure. So if someone has got a very bad pressure, has got a challenge, and he says, can I take some garlic? Take a little bit, give him garlic allium complex. If it's very bad, he can take a bit higher, take 6 of them. 6 of them. Then there's also vitamin E. Vitamin E also, it says takes 2 a day for normal, but you can always up the dose with the vitamin E. Fiber tablets. Fiber tablets says the fiber tablets we normally take. It's 4 tablets a day. We take it before a meal. It also helps in the case where you want to lose weight a bit and you want a sense of fullness, but also helps to clear again your constipation. Also helps clear that. CoQ10 also gives us energy in the body. It's as we get older, the body reduces the amount of energy it creates. But the CoQ10 can help us increase that happen. It can help us get energy there for healing. It also helps you. It also helps you there with healing. So this is the products we have for someone who has wants to take care of high blood pressure. I have seen over cases, and we do have cases of people who have actually had a problem with that. Have been able to take care, to manage it. Because sometimes they say that you need to live with it. But these are the things you can take to prevent it happening, prevent yourself from becoming a problem. And then you start saying, now I need to go to a doctor, I need to have Harambe's happening there, the cost of medication, because one of the things I deal with also is the insurance industry. And the amount of cases when you start getting sick, and you don't have insurance, and you're not taking your health, it can destitute a whole clan and a whole family. Over the years, with what we've found over the years, people who have taken care of their health have been able to get off medication. We say, but do not avoid medication. When you always check with your doctor, let the doctor be the one to reduce, because what cases you find that if you're taking some of the supplementation, you find you have less need of the medication. but always do it in conjunction with your doctor. It will then help you in working it out. So this is the products we have from that. I know I might have questions. You can turn to the person who invited you. He will come back and give you more information on it. We have got information on our site. New Life has done a fantastic job. There's a New Life site where you can go onto and read more about the products. We have people who have been in the business for a long time. Fred Gishuki also this. We joined at the same time. We have people like Lydia Warrior who is here. But there's always information you can get. The information you can get back from scientific advice about the products you need. And the person who was introduced you here has the information there we can share with you on the site www.newlife.com. You can get more information on the products that we need for supplementation. These are the things we have, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, do not wait for it to be a crisis. Don't wait for the things to be sick, bedridden before you start taking care of your health. Start early. Even if you don't have, you say, that has not been a problem of mine. Take care of it now, because it will be worse than say, only I knew earlier. And many people have prevented it from happening before it becomes a crisis. They can take care of it. And our products work. One of the things that New Life guarantees that products that work, products that are tried and tested, and they have been in business for the last 60 years. And we have got an active scientific advisory board who sits down and is constantly doing research and developing products. Not just once, and not something, it doesn't come just from New Life, it comes from a group of scientists around the world. There's peer review. If you look, where has this been said? You can go and do your research. Where has this been said? Where has this information gotten from? We get it from what the scientists have given us, they share with us. That is it for my presentation. We've come to the end of the presentation. Thank you for joining us here. I hope this has been helpful. Over the years, I have found benefits. And I urge you also, go out and try a product. Go to the person who introduced you, who invited you. Ask them, what can I try for myself? Thank you for this opportunity. I'll hand it back to Fred to close this presentation. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you so much, Dan. That was amazing, amazing as usual. Well done, well done. That was a fantastic delivery. About heart health, about high blood pressure to be specific. And I must say that high blood pressure is it's an issue that I have dealt with personally, because like I've shared before on this platform, my mom had high blood pressure. And when I joined this company, one of the things I did is that I used her as a guinea pig. At first, she was a bit resistant, but gradually she agreed to start using the products of Neolife. And within about 4 months, her pressure stabilized. And like Dan said, we never got her off medication. The doctors themselves advised her, and they kept on reducing her medication. And that came through them to a point whereby she reached a point where she was not using medication. And she still goes back for checkups and checkups and checkups, but she's well. She's well. I mean, high blood pressure does not affect her. She's able to live her life. She's 82 years of age now. The other day she had hurt her leg and we had to take her to hospital. And they did a checkup on her pressure and it was stable. It was perfect. And the doctors were amazed. They said at 82, this is amazing. So the products of Neolife work. I've also helped so many people who've had issues of high blood pressure with our Neolife products. And the products have actually worked. One of the things that I can say for the people on the call, like Dan has said, we cannot emphasize it more that take care of yourself right now. How do you take care of yourself? Use these products before you get high blood pressure. Because the reality is, so long as you're eating the diet that you're eating today, diet that is full of cholesterol, diet that is full of the bad fats, and the red meat that you are eating, the chips. Today is Sunday. Most people today are eating chips and pizzas and the like, and chicken and all that. we load our system with a lot of the wrong foods. So it so follows that you also need to invest in the right food, which are the supplements, so that when you take your omega-3, it's able to clear out the bad elements that have been left by the food that you're eating, whether it is the uric acid, the urea that has been left by your red meat, your nyama choma that you ate the other day, whether it is the bad cholesterol that has been left by your chips. So we need to balance that. We need to invest in ourselves. Don't wait to fall sick, then you start running around. And you see, when matters of the heart can be very tricky, because the first symptom can be the last. And sometimes what happens is that you get a mild headache, you take Panadol, get another headache, you take Panadol. I remember a friend of ours was working with the city council, and he would get a headache, and he would take Panadol, he would feel a bit unwell. And by the time he went to hospital, it happened because he happened to cut himself and blood was spewing out like a fountain, and they had to rush him to hospital. He nearly lost his life, and his pressure was crazy. It had gone up to such a great extent. Every lunchtime he used to take nyama choma, ugali, the nice foods that, in quotes, that we normally eat in this town. And he nearly died. Yeah. So I can tell you, this is something that creeps up on you pole without your knowledge. And they say that in most cases, I remember Dr. Fatima saying, in most cases, the first symptom of a heart problem is usually your last. Yeah, because you find that you get the first symptom and you get a stroke and you're gone. Yeah. So let's not gamble with our health. Let us take these supplements. Take care of yourself, take care of your heart, take care of your health, take care of your family's health. And let me tell you, 2 years, 5 years from today, you live to thank Neolife because of the products of Neolife. Now, as you come to the end of this session, remember, if you need these products, talk to the person who invited you. They can get the products for you. And behind these products, there's a fantastic opportunity where you can make money, you can get to travel, you can get to enjoy a wonderful lifestyle. If you want to know more about the business side of things, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we'll be back here and this link, and we'll be talking. There's a leader from South Africa at 8 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be talking to us on matters health. But I welcome you all, guys. Welcome to Neolife. This coming Saturday on the 30th, we'll be at KICC. And let me tell you, at KICC, we are having a very exciting session where we'll be parading all the products. We'll be doing demonstrations. We'll be showcasing what Neolife is all about. So make a date to be at KICC on the 30th of this month and get to taste some of these products that Neolife has to offer. So that is it from me. I wish you a restful afternoon. This video will be available shortly, in a few minutes, in an hour or two. This video will be available. And take time to share it with a friend, a relative. You might just save a life. This information, sometimes we take it for granted, but there are many people out there who are perishing because they lack this kind of knowledge. So thank you so much. God bless you. See you again next Sunday when we are going to be talking about a different aspect of health, and we'll be giving you some more information. Thank you so much. God bless you and bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Fred.
Goodbye, Dan. Cheers. Thanks.